All right, so we have the matchup with Zane Ford against Luca Mack.
Got a question of the out call on the first point.
0-0.
That's when you know it's going to be a juicy one.
Point.
We've got Zane Ford's career record here, 57-29, so winning record.
1-0.
Zane is probably familiar to most of you. Luca might be a newer face. He's been doing really well here today in Lakeland and had some upsets.
Point.
Here we see Luca Mack's career record 17-6. You guys can see he's a little bit newer on the PPA tour.
Still has a strong winning record though.
Point.
Strong start there by Luca Mack, leading 4-0 against Zane Ford. Can he punch his ticket to the semifinal? If he did, I am pretty sure that would be his first semifinal on the PPA tour, unless I'm mistaken.
I think you would be right there, from my knowledge as well. So head-to-head, they have played before. It's their second time meeting, and Ford won the last time that they played in 2024. All right, ball back to Luca, and Luca is up 4-0.
All right, let's see if Zane Ford can get on the scoreboard here.
0-4. Point.
There it is, 1-4.
You spoke it into existence.
Point.
2-4. You know, pickleball is such a game of like little runs with just 2 games to 11. If you can make a run of like 3 or 4 points in a row, I feel like it could be such a huge momentum shift in any point of your match.
Absolutely.
2-4. Point.
Good deep ball from Zane there, forcing that error from Luca.
Timeout receiver, 3-4.
Timeout from Luca, 3-4. Back at Lakeland Open, Carvana Grandstand Court here. We have a men's quarterfinal matchup, Luca Mack versus Zane Ford. 4-all. Tight match. Who can punch their ticket to the semifinals?
Zane has a little bit of momentum here. He was down. Starting to gain some confidence, it looks like.
Woo!
Wow. That is nasty.
Really great angle. And also kind of made his opponent guess the line because he went line quite a few times beforehand.
5-4.
Nice passion shot, sounds like. Feels like Zane Ford is finding his footing and his timing, really going for his shots.
Nice shot by Luca there. Let's see if Luca can break the scoring momentum from Zane and score a point of his own. Four, 6.
4-6.
play by Zane there, making his way in and executing. 6-4. Zane was down 1-4,
6-4.
so he made a good comeback there. Let's see if he can continue his run.
Point. Seven, 4. Point.
Zane Ford is on a roll, 7-4. Luca Mack is taking a timeout. You can tell we have Zane Ford is leading 8-4.
Set out. Four, 8. Set out.
Sailed a little long there, but I like Luca coming in and applying that pressure.
8-4. Point.
Wow. Great shots by Zane there. Stretched Luca out and then had the opening to pass him with a winner.
9-4. Set out.
Zane went for his serve. Honestly, can't tell he's questioning that, but hard to see from this
4-9.
angle.
Point.
All right, off of 4. He's kind of been stuck on 4 for a little bit, so let's see if he can grab a
5-9.
couple more.
Point.
Nice play by Luca there. 6-9.
6-9. Point.
Luca on a little bit of a
7-9.
run here, closing that gap. 7-9.
Set out.
Side out, but again, good little run from Luca, closing that gap.
Timeout server. 9-7.
Punch it
Time
through
in.
to the semifinals. They'll play
9-7.
on Saturday, and the finals will be on Sunday.
Point.
That was a little scary.
Yeah, I'm not sure if his ankle got stuck or what happened. Yeah, it looks like it got kind of stuck a little
Yeah,
bit.
it did.
Always scary.
Nice of Zane to check in, just make sure he was okay.
Game point here for Zane Ford against Luca.
10-7.
What a
Point.
shot.
Game. Timeout change in.
And that is game, as you can tell from Zane's roar.
We are back at Veolia Lakeland
0-0.
Open here on Grandstand Court. Game 2,
Point.
Zane Ford versus Luca Mack. Zane took game 1, and Luca is leading 1-0 in the second
1-0.
game.
Point.
So we see Zane Ford's men's singles record after winning the first game is 48-8. That's a high winning percentage. So he's also built a good amount of confidence to be closing out games. As you can tell, he's moving really well. Good athleticism, good endurance on the court. Let's see if he can get it done here in the second game.
That is an impressive record.
0-2. Let. I'll recall. 0-2. Set out.
All right, and then Luca's record of winning the second game after losing the first, and it's a sad 0-5, but let's see if he can turn it around here.
Point.
And a fun fact about Luca, I know Zane's a little bit more familiar to us, but Luca's been doing well on the PPA Challenger Series, and he actually won 2 Challenger events this year. So while he's newer, he's been doing well.
Point. Four zero. Got out. Zero four. Point.
Zane gets his first point in the second game, 1-4.
Kind of like the first set too, wasn't he down 0-4 in the first game and then made a run all the way back?
I think you're right.
Point.
All right, 2-4. Zane is serving. Let's see if he can make that run all the way back.
Point.
Putting a little bit more energy into his shots.
That was a great deep ball there. Yeah, this is looking
3-4.
kind of similar to the first game.
Got out.
Great shot by Luca there.
Yeah, good shape there. Making somebody hit volleys from under the net. It's a tough one when you're out on the stretch.
4-3. Got out.
Good rip there by Zane Ford from the baseline. Angled that forehand off the court. And he is catching up.
3-4.
3-4.
Point.
Luca is trying to get to that volley.
Looks like he's okay. He's had 2 kind of tough sort of fall situations.
Almost did like an Elise Jones kind of rollover, but not quite.
Not quite as successful. I think Elise's volleyball background gives her the advantage there with the roll.
Absolutely.
Wouldn't think
4
Luca
all.
has a volleyball background, but maybe he does. 4 all, so yeah, this is kind of how the first game unfolded. We'll see if Luca can make a push here.
4-4. Got out.
Good point construction there by Zane Ford, following up his shots. Four all in game 2.
4-4. Point.
Zane is building some good momentum, so he just went on a 5-point, I guess, run with some side outs in between, I guess. He was 0-4 down, now he's 5-4 up in game 2.
Got out.
I got it. Thanks.
4-5.
Great shot execution there by Zane Ford.
Five, four. Side out.
Side out, Luca Mack is going to serve at 4-5.
See if he can get off 4. He's been stuck on 4 for a minute.
4, 5.
Ooh, what a point.
Side out.
Good effort by both players. Zane Ford is putting on a lot of pressure, following up his ground strokes, making Luca hit passing shots on a dead run. What a combo, wow. Gave an off-pace serve to Luca and then followed that up with a nice cross-court roll, dipping.
6, 4.
Ooh,
Side out.
looks like he made it.
Good shot by Luca there.
Four, 6. Point.
Big serve there by Luca Mack.
5, 6.
5, 6. Point.
6-all. Anybody's game. Who can do it?
Six, 6. Point.
Great shot execution there by Luca. He's up 7-6 in game 2.
It's a good little run he's on. 3 points in a row, I think that
7,
is.
6.
Wow.
Point.
Great shot selection. If I was Zane, I would be taking a timeout right now. Luca is up 8-6.
Eight, 6.
Great play by Luca there.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the Veolia Lakeland Open.
Time in. 9, 6.
Luca Mack up 9-6 in game 2 here against Zane Ford.
Point.
Wow. Good ball by Luca there. Yeah, so it's Augie and Caden here. We're taking over Lina and Mavish on this beautiful Wednesday afternoon on
10, 6.
the Carvana Grandstand Court.
Game point here for Mack.
Side out.
Sails it a bit long. Ford getting the ball back. A little bit of a hole.
6, 10.
6-10. Threads the needle.
Great pass there by Luca. Fought off an absolute cannon of a serve right in the corner from Zane there.
Yeah, and an unbalanced passing shot there to finish it. Just even more
10,
impressive.
6.
Game point.
Point. Game. Timeout. Change
And he
in.
does it. Game 2 goes to Luca Mack, and we will be back for our third game coming shortly. Oh, just dirty.
Set out.
Wow.
Just dirty.
Lucas started things off right where he ended game 2, and he's got a deciding game record of 8-3. So he's pretty fresh on the PPA tour here. He just played in a challenger, I believe it was last week, and actually took home gold in singles. Fresh off of a stellar Division II tennis career at Valdosta State. Earned All-American honors his senior year. Zane Ford, of course, a singles mainstay here on the PPA tour. Last year in Daytona, he was a finalist against Federico Staksrud, and has since been climbing the ranks, making his name known on the tour here.
Luca Mack coming out hot to start game 3.
Yeah.
2-0 lead.
2-0.
Very cool to see some new faces.
It is.
Just a hair wide. Whew. Those are some numbers for you. Zane Ford, deciding game record at 22-13. Pretty impressive stuff from this guy. Coming out with some new ink too on that left arm. Looking good out there.
Yeah, all these Gen Z guys love the ink these days. You know, Caden's pretty tatted up himself.
What? Don't tell my mom that.
She knows. I told her.
Oh no.
2-0.
Doesn't surprise me.
Point.
Ooh, Zane with the really good first ball angle pass, but just doesn't take care of that next one. He's not happy about that.
Yeah, I think just tried to be a little too
3-0.
precise with it. Happens, that's singles.
Set out.
There's some energy from Zane there.
Getting himself fired up. Get himself back into this match.
Zero 3.
Ooh, just a bit wide.
Not enough to overturn. Set out.
Close one.
Looked like it was just a hair outside. I do think Zane made a good call there. But believe it or not,
3-0.
Mack is 0-5 when losing the first game. Well, let's see if he can break that trend here.
It's great net coverage there by Luca. And yeah, he'll hope his deciding game statistic of 8-3 dominates over that 0-5 after losing the first.
Yeah.
3-0.
He's looking strong here to start.
3-1. Yes.
I'm sure his 0-5 is not in the back of his head right now. I'm hoping not, at least.
Zane just making sure we have the right score here.
3-1. Set out.
Quick side out for Zane Ford.
Yeah.
Looking to get the train moving.
Yep, he's bringing that intensity up.
1-3.
Wide. There it is. Right there.
Point.
A good serve and approach from Zane there.
Zane was using the Andre Agassi Yola paddle last week. I don't know what that blacked out paddle is in his hand currently.
I'm also not certain about it.
You said it was what?
I'm also not certain about what it is.
Let's go!
Point.
Point! Point!
Looks a bit like a Knox, if I'm being totally honest, but couldn't tell you guys for sure. Sorry.
Thanks, Caden.
No problem.
Super helpful.
Yep.
Zane ties things up at 3-all here. Wow.
Set out.
What an angle by Luca Mack there. Gets the ball back. He's had a couple empty possessions his last 2 service points.
3-3.
He's going to want to not give Zane too many looks here. Wow.
Set out.
but there's not much you can do when you're playing shots like that. Absolute rope off a baseline approach shot. Well done from Zane.
Yep, and he started down 0-3, and he is right back in this game
3-3.
at 3-3.
Wow.
Spread out.
Holy Lord.
He bent that thing. That was a banana shot, if I've ever seen one.
That was gorgeous.
3-3. Spread
Good
out.
return there.
Three, three.
Let's go!
Point.
Got it!
A little bit of net love for Zane Ford,
Yep.
and he's going to let the crowd know.
No apology, just a big come on. I like that reaction.
Do you? What do you usually do?
Oh, I fake apologize.
Oh, you fake apologize.
Yeah.
So when you say sorry, you're just acting.
Yeah, in my mind,
4-3.
I do what Zane just did.
But you actually say sorry.
Point.
You say the word sorry.
100%.
Okay, okay. Respect.
5-3.
5-3 ball game. Here we go. Wow. Oh,
Spread out.
the
Strong
passing
pass.
shots. Yeah, the passing shots are so strong in that corner over by Luca Mack. Just so impressive.
3,
Yeah,
5.
he's shown variety on that forehand side. He can go angle with that, or as we just saw down the line,
Spread out.
he's just got to look to clean up a few of these early point errors.
Yeah, he's missed that backhand on a serve the last 2 times, so
5-3.
see if he can get that going. As far as what we've seen beforehand's electric. There's a good backhand there.
Yeah. He's got all the tools tennis players usually do.
3, 5. Point.
Fantastic approach shot down the line backhand there from Mack.
Yeah. Great ball on that right side of the corner and then applied a ton of pressure.
4, 5.
Just really good. Closing the gap here, 4-5.
Point.
He's safe. But unfortunately, he did miss the ball.
Yeah. Last couple of points, we've seen a strong serve, strong approach from Luca.
5, 5.
Just no room for Zane to get in. Another good serve.
Oh,
Spread out.
But again, that early point error. That's what's keeping Zane in this right now.
who
5,
wants
5.
the side switch? 5-5.
Point. Timeout, Team 10.
Good approach there from
6-5.
Zane on a good serve.
6-5. Point.
Both players having success approaching on their third shots. Neither really, at least lately, have been looking to approach on the return.
7-5. Spread out.
So definitely this new wave of singles pickleball with this lifetime ball of staying back on returns, finding more of an opportunity to approach rather than just trying to crash on every shot that we're hitting. It seems to be
5-7.
the game plan right now.
Yeah. I think paddle technology also has a big part to play. You know? But,
Absolutely.
You're seeing players being a lot more selective on which balls are coming in.
That's for sure.
Yeah. Quick side out for Zane
7-5.
Ford. See if he can grow on this 2-point lead.
Point.
Zane finding his way to the net there. He gets to 8.
Not enough to overturn.
Zane going just deep on the serve there.
5-8. Point.
Just wide from Zane there. So Luca is hanging around, hanging tough here. He's looking to build on some momentum.
6-8. Point.
And gets a little net love there. Of course, he did apologize.
You think he meant it?
Probably not.
7-8. Not enough to overturn. I have to be 100% sure to overturn it. Point.
Hard to tell on that replay.
Yeah, ball looked a little bit back to me, but
It's a shame that there's no challenge, if I'm not mistaken, on this court.
what are your thoughts on players
8-8.
calling their own lines?
Point.
Yeah, I think it is the reality of the sport at the moment.
9-8.
That being said, I always give the player the benefit of the doubt because it is so hard to not only want to win every point, but also call the lines fairly.
Absolutely.
But
Side out.
I, along with, I would say,
Needs to bring that energy
Time in.
that he's brought
8-9.
into this third game right now.
Side out.
9-8 on the battle of
9-8.
Luca Mack.
Point.
big serve down the tee, big approach, sets up match point here for Luca Mack.
10-8.
Wow.
Point. Game.
And he's
match.
done or not.
8-10.
8-10. Zane forward.
Side out.
Nice little soft cross-court pass off the backhand from Luca. Sets up match point number 2.
That timeout paid off.
10-8. Point. Game.
There
match.
he
Done
goes,
the
he
job.
does it. He overcomes his 0-5 record after losing first games to take down Zane Ford